Hello, I'm Ike Seamans. During World War II, more than 6 million people were systematically murdered by the Nazis in the Holocaust, the world's worst example of man's inhumanity to man. Now, there have been thousands of articles, books, films about this nightmarish horror, and constant reminders how this must never happen again, how we should not, cannot forget the victims. Yet, there are very few memorials established to remember them, and none near the concentration camps where most of them died. That's hard to believe, isn't it? Well, now, after all this time, that is about to change, thanks to a foundation called Sacred Grounds. Look at them, the victims. Who are they? Where are they from? What are their stories? Is that someone from your family, lost forever? People pulled from their homes, people who never had a chance to say goodbye or to know the generations that followed them. People who were destroyed simply because of their birthright.
My grandmother was put on the extermination line. Mahli Lieblich at that point found out, to talking to people online there, that the line that her mother was on was earmarked for the gas chambers. She ran across because she made a decision at that moment to not allow her mother to die alone. And she decided to join her mother to go to the gas chambers. Her heroic act inspired me to never forget her life and make sure that her name would be memorialized.
Decades later in the United States, that inspired her niece, Mahli Lieblich of Miami, to honor that woman, the aunt she never knew. It started with a childhood vision.
When I was a little girl, I started having feelings about my ancestors who were Holocaust victims. My parents are both Holocaust survivors. And I grew up in a household of having the Holocaust as a background. These visions started where I started seeing a nun praying in a monastery or a convent. I can't explain the exact description of the building other than it was a stone building. And she would be praying for the souls that were gone, and I used to hear the souls speaking to me. And they used to ask me, please help me, please help me. And I don't know if that came to me because of my parents' family having perished, or if they were actually communicating to me. But it has never left me.
Mahli's vision to honor one woman will now commemorate more than 6 million victims. This is the Jewish Sanctuary and Memorial Plaza for all people. It will rise majestically near Auschwitz, Poland, the very camp in which her aunt perished. A consecration of the ground where the victims' ashes still live restlessly in the soil. This sanctuary will bring them peace.
This sanctuary, this memorial at the site of Auschwitz, is a sanctuary of release. We hope that the memorial wall, which will have an inscription of as many names as we can find documented, inscribed into the wall, and that the gathering of the dust of each inscription of each name will be done in a ritual fashion into the center of the sanctuary itself, where it will be placed into a glass dish. This dust will be then buried into a well, and there will be the morning prayer of the dead said for each name, that this will release the souls as they properly should be buried.